I am Ray, and if God is perfect, then what does that say about you, You see, there is no mistake. Nothing has gone wrong. We just always get caught up in judging ourselves for not being good enough. Well, I gotta be better. And once I'm better, well, then maybe I'll get some love. Maybe I'll find a bit of happiness or peace. So we spend our lives on this hamster wheel, trying to improve. But then what happens? Is there ever a day where you finally say, I've made it? I'm finally enough. Where are my blessings? I am enough now. When will this date be? Answer me this. Is it tomorrow? Well, I don't know where's tomorrow. I don't know where that is. I know where right now is. In fact, there is only the present moment, so what are you waiting for? And this is like the whole spiritual thing, right? It's recognizing the perfection that already exists and allowing yourself to rest in this truth, you could say. And that is when life starts flowing a little bit better and we don't, sabotage our peace all the time. Because the only one that can sabotage your peace and your happiness, it's you, nobody else. As it's often said, it's not the water around the boat that sinks it. Have you heard of this? It's the water that gets in. So it is the judgment and the negativity that you allow into your own brain that sabotages everything. Well, we don't want to be doing this now, do we, Mr. Jolly Bee? No, I don't think so. Tell him how it is. You see Mr. Moose up there? His feet are dangling. See if we can dangle them. Yeah, there we go. Ow, you stung me, Mr. Bee. The only thing that stings is ignorance. Well said. If God is perfect, and by most definitions that's the case, and if God created you, can God create an imperfect thing? I don't know about that. So what does this mean? It must mean that you are already perfectly fine right now. And even in your growing and striving, you're still perfectly fine. So it's this constantly remembering that it's all good, it's okay, no worries. But it's really hard to see this when we're mentally torturing ourselves all the time. And if we actually want to make progress, here's what we must do. You're not very good at this, Mr. B. No, dirty. Oh, look at this. I think I'm a bit dyslexic. No, maybe not. Life can only be experienced right now. The more we get caught in our thoughts about all of our regrets of the past and all the ways we have to improve moving forward, we're disconnected from life. And that's what actually takes all the struggle and all the time. When we can just allow ourselves to be as we are and flow with life in the moment. What we need to improve will at some point be revealed to us, and the past will no longer grab our cheeks anymore. And the more we can just be in the present moment, the more easily we can see the perfection of life. Because most of us are disconnected from life, we just don't see it, and we can't see it. Because we're thinking all the time about how bad everything is, or how bad we are, or how bad everyone else is. We're stuck in our thoughts, and very rarely do we actually live. And so life is like this process of surrendering and accepting everything that happens, accepting yourself exactly as you are, so that you stop resisting life and get caught in your thoughts. Because what's the only reason you might get caught in your thoughts and struggle and feel overwhelmed? It's because you're thinking about something negative, whether it's about you or about life. So it's like life happens in some way, and then we reject the way that is. And that creates suffering. Suffering is just psychological resistance to life. It's that feeling like, no, this should not be happening. I do not want this. Now, pain is inevitable in this life. But, as the Buddha once said, we all get hit with 2 arrows in this life. The first arrow is the arrow of being in a body. It's the pain of just existing. Life is suffering. But the second arrow we inflict upon ourselves in resistance or reaction to the first arrow, and that is suffering. So if we want to stop suffering, find some peace, for Christ's sake, we have to learn how to surrender the mind to the present moment. Because the mind is the source of resistance. It's the one causing all the problems. And think about what happens when you begin to entertain the possibility that life is perfect. That if life was created by God, and if God is perfect, then the creation must too be perfect, meaning you. You can take a deep breath and realize, oh, okay, I thought I had to struggle for my whole life. And you can relax for 5 seconds and see that all the pressure of life we place upon ourselves by reacting to thoughts, by reacting to circumstances. It's all unnecessary suffering. Because what you will find is that if you just let go and let life unfold, and every time you find yourself resisting and struggling, you just become aware that this has happened. You become aware that I'm suffering right now, I do not want this anymore. And you kind of remember that suffering is optional. Well, you wouldn't keep doing it, now would you? Like if you were putting your hand on a hot stove. If you were actually paying attention and looking at it, you wouldn't be able to do it. But we're able to do it because we're not paying attention. We're not realizing what we're doing. We're living unconsciously. And unconsciousness is darkness. And the cure for darkness, it's light. Mathematics. And what we can do, we can allow life to reveal to us this perfection. Life is not judging you. Life just reflects the way we judge ourselves and the world. That is why it is said, judge not lest ye be judged. And well, the way we judge the world is a confession of character. And if you have this idea like people are no good and the world is no good and men or women are no good, they are not the problem. The problem is in your judgment. The false judgment, which is just a story in your head that you choose to entertain. That also creates endless suffering for you. Manifesting problematic things in your life. Oh, the hiccups. But those problematic things are just like spiritual guides on your path that say, hey, go this way instead, or stop going that way. Everything that happens in this life, everything that you go through, is a reflection of you. Everything is teaching us something, but we're all returning back to the same one truth. Truth of unity, of perfection, of wholeness. And what keeps us from this is separation, or belief in imperfection. And you might say, well, there is imperfection. Look at my, something. Something's imperfect around here. But as I like to say, would you rather live in a perfect world where there's nothing to do at all and you just sit around and do nothing for all of eternity? Or would you rather live in an imperfect world and strive to make that world a better place? So there is imperfection in perfection. And there is perfection in imperfection. Make sense? We think that life is not perfect because there is imperfection. But it is precisely that which is imperfect that creates all of the meaning. It creates all of the purpose. You can't have one without the other. So you're not supposed to be better than you are. You're not supposed to be further along. The whole trick is accepting that the imperfection is right, and it is good, and so is your striving for wholeness and perfection. This way we can enjoy the journey without desperately trying to get the results. We can actually live our life and be free through accepting ourselves now in the present moment, at the same time growing and evolving naturally. Otherwise, we get in the way with our thoughts by judging, closing ourselves off, which makes it hard to grow. It's about slowing down, not living and moving so fast. I gotta do this and I gotta do that, and then life never slows down. Sometimes the fastest path is to go slow. So just take a breath, relax for 5 seconds, and just be in the present moment. Accept life as it unfolds. And when you feel like you can't accept life, just be. Just allow time to flow through you. And tomorrow you're going to feel different, and the next day you're going to feel different than that day. Feelings change, thoughts change, but you are always here. You are the eternal. The core essence of what you are is perfection. It's spirit. And because that spirit incarnates into a body and has a mind, that does not make it imperfect. It makes you whole. True spirituality is not about rejecting the earthly and rising toward the spiritual, transcending it all. It's about learning how to be with everything, because you can't reject any one of the parts without also rejecting the whole thing. So you can't reject yourself without also rejecting life. You also can't reject others without rejecting life, because everything is a part of life. And sometimes there's going to be days where things happen and you don't like it. That too is perfect. It's not about being good all the time. It's not about doing your best all the time. It's about being human. And that is one of the most powerful spiritual things you can do. Just be as you are. I am Ray, and if you ever feel mentally overwhelmed by the monkey mind, I created a new community just for you. You can join us in the link down below. Much peace and many blessings, and remember, dun 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 dun. Is this an uncomfortably long silence? Just be